You are stronger than you think, or a story of healing and triumph. The shadow we carry. Every single person you meet is carrying a story. Some stories are light, filled with laughter and joy. Others, they're heavier. They carry silence, pain, and battles fought in the dark. And sometimes those battles begin before we even understand the world around us. You see, the past has a funny way of staying with us. It lingers in the way we react to things, the way we love, the way we trust or don't trust. Some of us were taught by life itself that love comes with conditions, that survival means silence, that strength means never breaking. But here's the truth no one tells you. Strength isn't about pretending you're unbreakable. It's about breaking and still choosing to heal. It's about looking at the pieces of yourself and saying, I will put myself back together, even if no one taught me how. And if that's you, if you've carried pain so deep that it feels like it's become part of your DNA, I want you to know something. You are not your past. You are not what happened to you, and you are not broken beyond repair. The fight you didn't know you were in. Sometimes, life puts us in a fight we never signed up for. Maybe it was a childhood that forced you to grow up too fast. Maybe it was a betrayal that made you question your worth. Maybe it was loss, abandonment, or the weight of expectations that crushed you before you ever had a chance to figure out who you were. And when you've spent so much time just surviving, it's hard to know what it means to actually live. Survival teaches you to stay small, to avoid risk, to protect yourself at all costs. It convinces you that vulnerability is dangerous, that trust is a gamble, and that happiness is something that happens to other people. But let me tell you something, it's a lie. That voice in your head, the one telling you you're not enough, that you're too broken, that healing is impossible, that voice is not yours. That voice was given to you by people who didn't see your worth, by pain that tried to define you, by experiences that were never your fault. And it's time to silence it. Because you were meant for more than survival. You were meant for joy, for love, for the kind of life where you wake up and say, I am finally free. And the first step to that freedom is deciding that you deserve it. The moment everything changes. I wish I could tell you that healing is easy, that one day you wake up and the weight is gone. But healing is not a single moment, it's a series of choices. It's choosing to unlearn the lies you were taught about yourself. It's choosing to forgive, not for them, but for you. It's choosing to believe that your past does not define your future. And most of all, healing is about allowing yourself to feel. For so long, you may have pushed your pain down, locked it away, pretended it didn't matter. But what we bury doesn't disappear, it waits. And one day, it demands to be seen. So when that moment comes, when the memories hit, when the sadness rises, when the fear creeps in, I want you to do something radical. Feel it, face it, and then let it go. Not all at once, not perfectly, but piece by piece. Because on the other side of that pain is something incredible. You finally free. Becoming your own hero. No one is coming to save you. That's a harsh truth. But here's the beautiful part. You don't need anyone to, because you are your own hero. You are the one who gets to rewrite the narrative. You are the one who decides that the cycle ends with you. You are the one who chooses to stand up, to step forward, to say, I am worthy of more. And I know it's terrifying. Change is hard. Letting go of old identities is hard. But imagine this. Imagine waking up 1 year from now and realizing that the pain no longer controls you. Imagine looking in the mirror and loving the person staring back at you. Imagine a life where you don't just survive, you thrive. It's possible. It's already happening. The fact that you're here right now listening to this, it means you're ready. It means something inside you is screaming, I want more. And I promise you, more is waiting for you. You just have to reach for it. The choice you have to make. So now you have a choice. You can stay where you are, stuck in the same patterns, carrying the same weight, believing the same lies. Or you can decide right now that your story is going to change. You don't have to know exactly how. You don't have to have it all figured out. All you have to do is take the next step. Maybe that step is therapy. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's finally telling your story. Maybe it's as simple as looking in the mirror and saying, "I deserve to heal." Whatever it is, just take it. Because you are not a victim. You are not weak. You are a warrior, a survivor, a force of nature. You are proof that pain can be turned into power. You are proof that broken things can be made beautiful. You are proof that no matter how dark the past was, the future is still yours to create. So stand up, step forward, and choose yourself. Because this is your moment. This is the day you look back on and say, this is when everything changed. Breaking the chains of the past. We spend so much of our lives chained to things that no longer serve us. Maybe it's the words someone once said that made you feel unworthy. Maybe it's guilt over things you couldn't control. Maybe it's fear, the fear of stepping into the unknown, of letting go of what's familiar, even if it's painful. But let me ask you this. What if the past isn't holding you back? What if you're holding on to the past? Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it never happened. It means choosing every single day to stop carrying what no longer belongs to you. It means loosening your grip on the things that hurt you so you can grab hold of the things that heal you. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it's hard. But imagine how much lighter you'll feel when you finally let go. Because the truth is, you were never meant to carry that weight forever. It's time to set yourself free. The power of your own voice. You were taught to be silent, maybe not in words, but in the way the world responded to your pain. Maybe you were told you were too sensitive, or that it wasn't that bad. Maybe no one listened, so you stopped speaking. But your story matters. You matter. And no matter who tried to silence you, I need you to hear this. Your voice deserves to be heard. There is power in speaking your truth. There is power in refusing to hide your scars. Because the moment you own your story, it loses its power over you. So start speaking. Write it down. Say it out loud. Tell your truth to yourself in the mirror if that's what it takes. But whatever you do, don't stay silent anymore. Because the world needs your voice. And more importantly, you need your voice. Choosing love over fear. Fear is a thief. It steals our joy, our opportunities, our ability to trust. It convinces us that we're better off alone, that it's safer to keep our walls up, that love is something that will only hurt us. But here's what fear doesn't want you to know. Love is stronger than fear will ever be. And I'm not just talking about love from others. I'm talking about the love you give yourself. The kind of love that says, I deserve happiness. The kind that reminds you on your worst days that you are still worthy. Fear wants you to stay stuck. Love wants you to grow. And every time you choose to be kind to yourself, to believe in yourself, to give yourself grace, you choose love. So today I challenge you, choose love. Choose yourself. And watch how everything changes. The strength in starting over. Starting over isn't failure, it's freedom. I know it's terrifying. Walking away from things that feel familiar, even when they hurt, is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But what if, instead of seeing it as an ending, you saw it as a beginning? What if, instead of saying, I lost everything, you said, I am creating something new? You are allowed to start over, as many times as it takes. You are allowed to walk away from people, places, and situations that don't help you grow. You are allowed to redefine yourself at any moment. Because you are not stuck. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are becoming. So take that step, start again, and know that this time you get to do it on your terms. The future is yours. After everything you've been through, after every challenge, After every moment you thought you wouldn't make it, you are still here. That means something. That means you are meant for more. That means your story isn't over. So let me ask you, what will you do with the life that's still ahead of you? Will you keep playing small, believing you don't deserve more? Or will you step boldly into the person you were always meant to be? You are powerful. You are worthy. You are capable of more than you ever imagined. And today is the day you start acting like it. Your past does not define you. Your pain does not own you. The future is yours. And if no one has told you yet, I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Let's go. Your next chapter starts now. Final words. If this message spoke to you, if you're ready to take control of your life and step into the person you were meant to be, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to ShiftPather. We're just getting started. Your breakthrough is coming, and I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Let's shift together.